What's up? Welcome back to my channel, or for the first time if you're new, I'm Sylvan, and today I'm going to be reacting to the Genshin Impact 5.6 special program. I'm very excited to get into this. I'm curious to see what we get. I know we're getting Escoffier, or however you want to say the name. I'm horrible with pronunciation, as you may know. I'm pretty sure we're also getting Aoife, hence why both of them are here in the thumbnail. I also have seen the version art that is of all of the Mondstadt characters, so maybe we're getting Wimbloom, but presumably we will be finding all of that out pretty soon here, so feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video, leave a comment on your thoughts, and let's get into this. Oh. Okay. Didn't expect that. Not English. Oh, I guess given that all the characters are gonna be quiet, they just went with the, Film Festival. Ah, some kind of cooking competition? Yeah. Obviously, we are on her team. Okay. Her tail is really interesting. I love her attack animations. They're so good. Of course, they'll, like, never get used because she's a support, but... Okay, cool. Ooh. Ooh, I like this song. I guess we can expect an Aoife trailer soon. I hadn't considered that. I love that the way he flies is just hanging on to his bird. That's their voice in Japanese. I almost said Japanese. Oh, Remurian stuff. Okay. More Remuria stuff. Interesting. Didn't expect that. Seems like this version is gonna have a weird variety of stuff. Ooh. Okay, some kind of smuggling case. Ah, Albedo lore? Ah. Okay. Yeah. Whoa. Things getting serious in Mondstadt? A march on Mondstadt itself? Yo, standing side by side? Oh. Ooh, a trial for Albedo? Whoa. Oh, fuck. Oh, Dahlia. What the hell is happening in Wimbloom? Whoa. Is this like a boss or something? Oh. Whoa. Is this like a world boss or something? Wow. There's a lot more going on here than I ever expected. Nuvalet was stabbed? What? What is happening in this version? Ooh. What the fuck is going on? Who's that? Barca? We have Barca's voice? Oh, he is so coming in Nod Cry or whatever. That is a wild trailer.
Hello everyone! Welcome to the Genshin Impact version 5.6 special program.
Hello.
I'm Jane Jackson, the voice of Veressa, and I have two awesome
Interesting that
co-hosts with
she's
me
here
today.
again, seeing
Why
as
don't you
it doesn't
introduce
seem like
yourselves?
she's at all
What up, my
involved in
dudes?
this version.
My name is Johnny LaQuasto, and I'm the voice of Aoife.
Yeah. Oh, the chibi!
Your turn.
Hello,
The complete,
everyone.
like,
My name is
slight
Emily
change
Cass,
to a
and
different
I voice
chibi form was
Escoffier.
funny.
I'm so excited to be here.
And I am
Oh.
so excited to be hosting
Interesting
alongside
voice.
you
I think
two
that's the
today.
first time I properly
by
heard
the way,
her
Emily,
voice.
I have to say, the way your
Obviously,
chibi's
it's the
tail
voice of the
moves
voice
around
actor,
is
not the voice
so
of the
cool.
character,
actually,
if that makes
it's
sense.
not a
But
tail. It's a self-adapting movement signal tracking support map.
okay, so it's a
piece of tech,
device
basically.
and not.
It helps
Okay.
Escoffier in the kitchen and in combat.
Yeah.
It's one of her essential utensils.
But it looks so much like a tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people think that. And considering how it looks, people even call Escoffier a demon chef.
Ooh, demon
Ah,
chef.
Okay, that seems a
I can
little
see
extreme.
that, just like
Yeah,
aesthetics-wise.
I'd say so too, but honestly, I don't know much about Escoffier. Can you tell
Okay,
us more about
I wasn't
her,
that
Emily?
far off in the
Absolutely.
pronunciation.
Let's take a look at her
Assuming they're
profile.
doing it right.
Escoffier used to be the
Ooh.
head chef at the Hotel de Bourg.
Oh,
Interesting,
cool.
like,
The hotel
format
is
here.
famous for the extremely popular and exclusive Gâteau de Bourg.
Right.
Exclusive?
Yeah, only a limited amount of slices are available per day.
Yep.
Escoffier is a master of precision gastronomy, which means she approaches
Precision
cooking as a
gastronomy.
science. She even develops advanced mecha to use in her cooking process.
Okay.
Wow, that's some
Cutting edge
dedication
cooking
to her
techniques.
craft.
Of course, in Escoffier's kitchen, no dish is ready to be served
is that her
until it
idol
has her
animation? That's
stamp
really
of
solid.
approval. And when she likes something,
Cool.
she gets completely lost in the flavors. It looks almost like she's in heaven.
That sounds incredible, but what if she doesn't like it?
Oh, then she'd probably say something like,
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove. You
Why
had
would you
more
think
sense
that?
serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom.
Wow. Intense.
A proper
Promise
head
Escoffier is
chef,
actually
I guess.
very well-mannered most of the time. But when it comes to food, she couldn't be more strict.
Fair,
It's all
fair.
for good reason, though. Escoffier believes her mission as a chef is to make haute cuisine accessible to all.
Ah.
So she's not just strict on other people, she demands perfection from herself too. Because that's the
Fair.
only way to make her dream a reality.
Oh, is that why she develops all those cooking mecha?
That's right. With their help, even people who are short on time or cooking skills can be capable of making a good meal.
Because a robot does it.
Okay, that feels like a personal call out. But seriously though, I'm telling you, I could use something exactly like that.
Same here. Emily, you said Escoffier used to be the head chef at the
Yeah, I was
Hotel
noticing the
Bourg.
former bit.
Does that mean
on
she
here.
doesn't work there anymore?
Yeah, that's right. She even had to spend time in the
Really?
fortress of
She got
Merrily.
arrested?
The Fortress of Meripede? What happened?
We can't divulge the details right now.
Yeah, of course it has to
All
do
be
with her
revealed
story.
in Escoffier's story
Okay.
quest, treasured above all. So be sure to check it out if you're interested,
All right.
travellers. You'll also be rewarded with extra ascension materials
Of course.
for Escoffier.
Of course.
Oh, and travellers will get to take part in a one-of-a-kind culinary showdown.
Makes
in
sense
this
that that's
quest.
part of her story.
Not only will travellers get to
Ooh.
experience Escoffier's mentorship
What?
firsthand, but special guests will
Is this
also
an
make
entire like
appearance.
cooking minigame just
Special
for her
guest,
story?
nice. Huh. Okay,
Huh.
I see blubber beasts and romaritime flowers. Wait, do we have to cook 4 blubber beasts using romaritime flowers? That's not much to work with.
All I can say is trust in Escoffier.
Yeah, you can do a lot with a little.
Wonders.
Oh, I'm definitely a believer. Okay, so we know what she can do in the kitchen, but what about on the battlefield?
Yeah.
Right, let's get into it.
I've seen a little bit of her leaks just because the Skirk anticipation was real and is still.
Teams,
But
which brings us to one of
I don't
her
know the
talents.
details super well.
When Escoffier's elemental skill or elemental burst hits an enemy, she can reduce
like some
their
really
resistance
solid
to hydro
ice
and cryo
application.
damage. The more hydro and cryo characters in the party, the greater the reduction.
Okay, yeah.
So it looks like the enemies here aren't actually frozen, but the resistance reduction still takes effect.
Yeah,
Okay, that's good.
really important. As long as her
Yeah.
elemental skill or burst hits an enemy, The reduction
Okay, the reduction
takes
effect still just
The
happens
enemy
regardless.
doesn't need to be frozen.
That is
means
very
the talent
good.
works on bosses and other unfreezable enemies.
Wow, so
Thank
it
God.
seems like any character that deals hydro or cryo damage can benefit from that talent.
Yes.
I can definitely see her being a powerful support in freeze teams.
True, but
Gee, I
Scoffy's not
wonder
just a
what
support.
team that's going to be
She
ideal
can dish
for.
out damage as well. With an actual dish.
No way.
Yeah, and when Escoffier unleashes her
Yeah, that's a
elemental
really
skill,
solid
she
ice
summons a cooking
application, all
mech to the
things
field
considered.
that follows the active character and
I'd
periodically
be curious to know what
fires
the duration
projectiles
is.
at nearby enemies, dealing cryo damage.
Wow.
So with her ability to shred resistance, she basically buffs her own damage.
Yeah.
In addition, her elemental burst restores HP to the entire party.
Okay.
Incredible.
So defense
okay.
shred
so she can buff
plus,
the party, dish out damage,
healing.
and
Okay.
heal. Wow. Sounds like she's pretty versatile.
That's really solid,
And
all things
thanks
considered.
to a different talent, she has another ability that really showcases her
Uh-oh.
skills as a chef. If you hold her elemental skill, the cooking mech she summons can absorb elemental energy and
Oh?
convert it into a delicious dish.
What?
Whoa.
That,
I've never seen a talent like that
yeah,
before.
that's really unique.
Okay, so you don't even have to prepare the ingredients yourself?
Free food.
Bro, that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and plus she can produce several kinds of dishes this way.
Whoa,
That's a
that will be
5-star dish.
so fun to check out in game.
Totally. So take note of this
5-star
next
dish.
piece of news,
Okay.
travelers. In the first half of version 5.6,
Oh, Navia,
we'll have event
okay.
wishes for Escoffier and Navia.
Makes sense
A
that
new
Escoffier
5-star
is
polearm,
first half, though.
Symphonist of Sense will be featured on the weapon banner.
That looks really solid.
Our new 4-star character, Aoife,
And Aoife
will
is
also
in the
enjoy
first
a
half.
drop
Makes
rate
sense,
boost on
makes
the first
sense.
half banners.
Aoife, no way, bro.
I think that's
God.
my line, but I couldn't have said it better myself.
Cool, cool.
And another bit of really exciting news is that travelers will get to spend more time with these two in the new version.
Really?
Who are you talking about?
Okay, take a look at this clip and you'll see.
All right, what we got? Oh boy.
All eyes are on me.
What?
Holy
What is happening here? What are you doing?
Dragon Lord's magnificence.
Oh god, it's not both of them, no!
Why does no one ask for the autograph of the almighty Dragon Lord? Kahula how? Oh wow. No way, bro. What? You little...
Yeah, this could never go well.
Do you even hear yourself, bro? How
There is
dare
no
you?
way this could have ended well.
Insolent, contemptuous... Huh? What are you on about? No way, bro. Huh? Seriously? Seriously? Do you even hear yourself, bro? Darn it. Oh, wow. No way, bro. Do you even hear yourself, bro? You're hopeless. The almighty Dragon Lord, Kahulao! His wisdom is wasted on you. No way, bro. See you later. Huh?
God.
Ah!
Insane.
Oh, you meant Kakuku and a how.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel like those two could argue forever.
Yes.
Dude, you don't know the half of it.
Hang in there,
Seeing as
bro.
Kakuku just repeats several
You
phrases
too, huh?
that
Man,
all
this
would
bro
infuriate
thing is
Taha,
really taking
yeah.
off.
Well, Kakuku is just that infectious. So, Travelers met Aoife in the previous
Yep.
version, but since we now have the chance to add him to our parties, want to give us a formal introduction, Johnny?
I thought you'd never ask, Jane. Absolutely. As most of you probably know, Aoife is a Saurian vet
Yep.
from the Flower Feather Clan. In that land, humans and Saurians live and fight side by side. Saurians get sick and hurt just like everyone else.
Of
So
course.
Saurian vets do a very important job in that land.
Okay.
And Aoife
Very fair.
is a really good one. In fact, you've probably heard of some of his accomplishments already.
Yes, we
like
have.
how he saved Kakuku's life, and now, of course, Kakuku works as his trusty assistant.
Yep.
Yeah,
Aw.
Aoife is,
Is that his idol?
practically
I
a
love that.
miracle worker. I heard a how got sick one time, so Kaniche took him to Aoife
Oh,
for treatment,
God.
and what do you know? A how was better in like 2 seconds.
Okay, okay.
Imagine that.
Sounds like Aoife really knows his stuff. I
Yeah.
wonder if he can treat all kinds of dragons.
Ooh.
Like even
It's
ones from
quiet
other
right now, but I
nations.
really like the
I guess.
the song
in
that's on
theory,
right now.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Plus, if it was an emergency, Kakuku could help him get there in no time.
I mean, I heard the Flower Feather
God.
Clan is known for riding Kukasaurs, but this is less riding and more dangling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, this is a Kakuku appreciation zone only, all right? But seriously, just wait until you see him sprint. He spreads out those huge wings, and
Ooh.
it's super awesome. Oh, and while we're on the subject, if there are any travelers who haven't done the part of the Ochkanatlan World Quest where you chase down the evil dragon,
Yep.
try it out with Aoife.
Ooh, you can do it unique with him.
Okay.
Experience.
Yeah,
Wow.
I
That's
see
cool.
that.
I've already done it,
Although
but
it looks more like Aoife is chasing down a patient for a checkup.
Yeah. So, okay, what else can Eva do in combat?
Well, Aoife is an Anemo Vision user with a
Yep,
lot of tricks.
but
up
he
his
just
sleeve.
uses the
For
gun.
example, when faced with aggressive enemies, Aoife
Oh, that's
can
great.
unleash his elemental burst and fire a therapeutic
Oh,
setting,
starting with the burst.
creating a wind current that pulls in and restrains enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, as Aoife's good bro, Kakuku also helps him out in combat. With Aoife's elemental
Essentially a
skill,
flying
Kakuku
character.
lifts him into the air, giving him an aerial advantage in combat. And while in this state, Aoife can continuously fire tonic shots, which deal Anemo damage upon impact and restore HP. to
Okay,
the
so a
entire
4-star
party.
healer.
Oh,
nice.
So what kind of team comps work best with Aoife?
Well, to answer that, we should introduce one of his talents first.
All right.
When Aoife is in the Night Soul's blessing state, he can use his Field Medic's vision to increase swirl and electrocharge damage based on the
Oh.
total amount of Night Soul points across the entire
So
party.
he's
Okay, so
Okay,
he works well with
huh.
characters that can trigger swirl and
Yeah.
electrocharged reactions.
so though he can work
And
with
characters
anything,
that can
he's
generate night
inclined
soul points.
towards
He seems like a really flexible
Electro-Hydros
unit.
teams.
Yeah, he is. Plus, in areas with Natlan's phlogiston mechanics, if your current active character or indwelled Saurian's HP drops below a certain percent,
Oh.
Aoife can consume his own phlogiston to heal them.
Oh,
Nice,
okay.
Putting those
That's
medical
cool.
skills to use. His kit seems really intuitive, and he helps with exploration. I feel like exploring the sacred volcano will be a lot easier with Kakuku to dangle from.
What
God,
can
that
I
area
say?
looks so
He
good.
is a helpful little guy. Now, moving on to our next bit of news, a new boss is coming in version
Yeah.
5.6, the Secret Source Automaton Overseer device.
All
Travelers
right.
will need to defeat it to obtain ascension materials for Escoffier.
Yep.
I
would
feel
also
we've faced
assume
something
Aoife,
like
but
this
who knows?
before.
That's because this boss has the same origins as the Secret Source Automaton configuration device from version 5.1.
Yep, seems
Both
like
are
it.
pieces of ancient dragon technology.
They almost seem like two parts of one terrifying monster.
Okay, Jane, let's, this is where we should wrap this part
Secrets?
up, I think, because travelers
Lore?
can search for their own answers to this in
Yeah.
Now, let's kick off the event portion.
All right.
Oh, wow. There are Natlan characters in Fontaine? Is it because of a festival or something?
Not a festival. An
Free
amusement
4-star
park
bow?
organized by
Okay.
Navia and the Spina di Rasula.
Ooh.
Aurora and
Amusement
Aoife
park?
are there to
Okay.
deliver Natlan produce for the event. But it's not all veggies and good times, unfortunately. Against the backdrop of the festivities, a smuggling case is
Yeah.
uncovered, leading Kanich and Risley to cross paths.
All
A
right.
Saurian hunter and a prison warden. Sounds like a fun pairing.
Yeah, right? I actually have a few
Interesting,
because
because this is sort of one of our
first.
first real times seeing
Weird. Why
Natlan
is
characters
Ahau
out of
cowering
Natlan,
behind
which is
Kanich?
neat.
I would have thought he was too proud for that. Oh, wait. It must be because of Fontaine's
Oh,
ban
yeah.
on flying objects.
Exactly. Ahau and Kakuku made the journey all the way to Fontaine and happened to arrive just in time for the ban.
Ugh.
Ahau
God.
was able to hide, but Kakuku got scared and flew straight into
Listen,
the
it's
Palais
fine. You just
Harmonium.
gotta attach a string to
Aurora
them,
thinks Kakuku
and it'll be
will manage
fine.
to send all of the important documents in the Palais flying around the building. Yeah, there's nothing we can say that beats the real thing.
All
so,
right.
if you're interested, be sure to check
Okay.
out all the shenanigans in game, and trust me, there
Fontaine
are a
event
lot of
with a major
always makes
Natlan
me
relevance.
Now,
Not
on
bad.
to the actual amusement park. Let me give you some background. It's called the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland, and it's the
Yeah.
brainchild of a well-known engineer and film buff with the Spina di Rasula in charge of the financing, construction, and general operations.
Cool.
Oh, Lapine Pauline is back. Didn't she almost
What-
go
what was
bankrupt
that?
after basing her research on that fake story? I hope her investment pays off this time.
Hopefully.
Well, if the traveler agrees to come on board, Lapine Pauline might be in a better position.
Come on board. Why are my fraud alarm
Oh,
bells
no.
ringing?
It's not like that. If you don't trust Lapine Pauline, yeah, okay. Her track record isn't great, but at least trust Cheval Moran and the Spina di Rasula.
We certainly do trust the Spina di
And
Rasula.
how do we make sure we don't run it into the ground?
Well, if the traveler agrees to come on board, Lapine Pauline might be in a better position.
Wait, so this is a management sim?
Okay.
Okay, tell me everything.
You got it, bro. Travelers will be in charge of operations like upgrading the facilities,
All
expanding
right.
the park, and managing the staff.
Cool.
During each
Okay,
business
it's one of
cycle,
these events.
Travelers will need to allocate their
I
precious
really
funds and
enjoyed the
action
last
points
time one of
to
these
the
events
most
happened,
important
and
tasks
this looks like it's
based on their
fairly
management needs.
different and unique
And
as well.
plus,
So
Navia recruited
forward to
Master
this.
Chef Escoffier to run the park's theme restaurant. Woo! The dishes she creates can give you unique management buffs.
All
So
right.
don't miss out.
Absolutely. You can also increase your revenue by adding different kinds of attractions. For example,
right.
in Eclectic Escapades, visitors can experience unforgettable adventures where they fly through the air or dash underwater at high speeds.
Wow.
Or there's Movie Masterpieces, where you have to use special abilities to reach the end of the stage and seize the treasure.
All right, sort of
Before launching
obstacle
these
course-esque.
attractions, travelers will need to try them out and create a standardized strategy guide for each one, so that visitors understand how to get the most out of the experience. Oh, and travelers can also add an attraction called
Ooh.
Mellow Manor, where they can create a cozy retreat for different animals
Aw.
to draw in visitors and increase revenue.
And travelers
Okay.
can also recruit some familiar faces to help run the park. Among the recruits are Fontanian companions and friends from other nations too.
all right.
Yeah, that's
oh,
right.
hey, there's
By completing
Marissa.
friendly
Okay.
encounters, travelers can learn useful management techniques from their companions. Eventually, these companions will become fixtures at the park and provide even more management
Cool.
support.
It's really
So,
neat
long
seeing
story
Natlan
short,
characters
don't
in
worry too
Fontaine.
much. You don't have to go it alone.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound too bad.
And plus, once you get down to business, you'll be rewarded for your efforts.
Of course.
Ooh, do tell.
Oh, I will. Reach a certain point in the operations and you'll be able to claim all sorts of rewards, including Primo Gems and a new 4-star bow, Sequence of Solitude.
Awesome.
Yeah,
More
okay.
Primo Gems to save for your next pull.
Curious what kind
Which
of bow it
reminds
is.
me, we still haven't finished announcing the event wishes, have we?
Yeah, no, they never
right.
did.
Yeah,
oh,
sorry to keep you in
Kenichi and
suspense,
Raiden?
travelers.
Okay.
In the second half of version 5.6, we'll have returning event wishes for Kenichi and the Raiden Shogun.
Nice.
Easy skip for
Plus,
me
the
seeing.
Chronicled Wish banner will be returning in version
another
5.6.
Chronicled Wish? I
I
already
know a
have
lot of
those other
travelers
two
have been waiting
characters,
for
but
that,
this is an
so
interesting
check it out if
Chronicled
you're
Wish.
interested.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to. And best of luck on your polls.
All right.
Hmm.
That was a lot of info, so let's
Interesting.
take our first break. Here's the second redemption code, travelers.
Good to see that Chronicled Wish is continuing to happen. What is this? What is happening? Little cute, like, cooking, like, animation thing. It's not even really animation, it's more like animatic or something. Okay, cool. And now we shift over to Mondstadt.
The Windbloom Festival,
Ooh.
once a celebration of flowers, now shrouded in unease.
Yeah, seems like some shit goes down. And we have Dahlia.
Why is Albedo
At least
on
I think that's
trial?
their name.
Who is the young
Pretty sure.
man in the courtroom? And is he friend or foe?
What is this trailer?
What tidings does the Dodo communication device bring this time?
Ooh.
The answers to these
Oh.
questions and more.
The boss is in
In the
here?
version 5.6 Archon
Whoa,
Quest.
okay.
Nice voice.
Oh, nice.
Ah, shucks, thanks.
So, we finally make it back to Mondstadt, and Albedo's on trial.
Yeah, that can't
And
be
I don't even
good.
know what to think. But something tells me there's more to this situation than meets the eye.
Well,
Probably.
I've put together some information about the case. Let's go through it and see if we
Ooh.
can uncover some new clues.
Okay.
So, here's the deal. Albedo's been accused of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
All
And
right.
the case is being tried in secret.
Oh,
The
a
logistics
secret
captain
trial?
of the Knights
Okay.
of Favonius, Hertha, seems to have compelling evidence against Albedo.
Worrying.
So the situation is serious.
I'm sure Hertha is just trying to do her job and uncover the truth.
I mean, of course.
But there has to be some kind of misunderstanding here.
Well,
I mean,
in
I hope
court,
so,
the
but
evidence does the
Albedo
talking.
does have
Travelers
some
will have access to
sketchy
Albedo's
stuff
office on
behind
the second
him.
floor of headquarters to do their own investigation into the
Ooh.
case and hopefully track
Okay, a
down some
proper
clues.
investigation.
So I saw Jean, Kaya, and Eula in the courtroom. All
Yeah.
members of the Knights of Favonius, which makes sense. but it looked like someone from the church was also there.
Yeah, I want more info on him.
Oh, that's Dahlia.
Okay, yeah,
He's the
Dahlia.
deacon of the Church of Favonius, so he
The
works
deacon,
with Barbara,
right.
Rosaria, and the other members of the clergy.
Okay.
Dahlia acts as the Herald of Barbados, which is interesting because
Herald.
he's also friends
Okay.
with Venti.
Yeah, very interesting.
Do we
sounds
think
like
he
a very
knows?
important figure then.
Well, speaking of Venti, the Dodo communication device is back in this
Yeah,
quest.
more Alice
At
bullshit.
some point, Venti needs it to get in touch with Alice.
Yeah.
But on the first attempt, the line connects to
Ah,
Grandmaster Varka
so that's how we connect
instead.
to Varka.
It's only on the second try that he manages to reach Alice.
Why does it connect to
Whoa,
Varka,
hold
though?
on. You just dropped two major
Yeah.
names. Varka has been on an expedition for a long time.
God, he's gonna be a
Sounds
nod
like we
cry, I
finally
know
get
it.
to hear how he's doing.
It has to be the
As for
case.
Alice, we know she's the mother of the most adorable
Oh my God, we're
Klee
gonna have his
and an elder of the
voice.
Hexen Circle. But I wonder why Venti needs to get in touch with her.
God.
Wait, could it be because of the monsters in the city?
Oh,
Probably.
you know what? In Amber's anthology chapter, she did say the number of monsters around Mondstadt has been skyrocketing lately.
Yep.
Right?
So
And
that was
now there are
foreshadowing
even
for
more
this,
monsters in the
okay.
city. So maybe Venti is reaching out to Alice for help.
I think you two are onto something. And if we take a look at this map, we can
Whoa.
see that a lot of our old friends have joined in on the fight to defend Mondstadt.
Is this gonna be a proper,
This is
like,
kind of
siege on the
emotional.
city?
Mondstadt was the beginning of everything.
Yeah.
It's the place where travelers met their first companions and embarked on this whole journey.
It's gonna be wild coming
now,
back.
It's in crisis. Oh, hopefully travelers can do something to stop it.
Oh, they can, but it won't be an easy road.
It's very
Alice
much.
can offer
Whoa.
something to help, but travelers will need to pass a trial
Is this
first
gonna be like a
and
permanent
defeat
event
the
or something?
king
Because
and
how
queen on the
how does this
chessboard.
work otherwise?
Anything to defend Mondstadt. I'm sure travelers aren't scared of a little trial.
Okay.
I'm very
Then
intrigued
let's
by
take
this
a look at what
boss.
awaits them.
Yeah, it's just like a chessboard. Is the first phase just the chess pieces? Yeah, and then there's this. Okay. The one seems water-based. Oh, but also electro. Okay. What? Huh. I really like the vibe of this. It's very distinct, very unique. Alright.
Alice will preside over the first phase of the trial.
Yeah, so Alice
The
is just
trial
watching
takes
over us.
place on a
Okay.
chessboard, but the rules of
Ooh,
chess
I like how it's
don't
on the
exactly
chessboard
apply.
like squares.
Look
That's
closely, and
cool.
you'll notice
Based
some
on
of
the chess
pieces on the board
pieces,
can
yeah.
harm the king. Travelers can use that to their advantage to create an opening and dish out damage. But in the second phase, there are no chess pieces to use. Travelers will need to rely on their own
Yeah.
strength to emerge victorious.
Fair.
It looks like there's a different
Oh.
Dodoco presiding over the second phase. One
Yeah.
wearing a blue hat. Is that a different mage from the Hexen Circle?
I would
I
assume.
wonder which one.
Well, travelers will have to uncover that for themselves. As for the
I mean, given all the
second phase of the
Albedo
trial,
stuff, it could
let
be
me
Rhindo
offer
Deer,
a
but
quick piece of advice.
they're called gold, so I
boss
doubt
has some
the blue
extremely
color scheme
powerful
one
attacks,
would be
but
Rhindo
freeze
Deer.
reactions can help you create an opening.
Okay,
Maybe
so
jot
built
that one
around
down for
freeze,
later,
okay.
travelers.
A freezable
So,
boss is
we know
interesting.
There's murder, an attack on Mondstadt, a Hexen Circle trial, but we have no idea how all of this is connected.
Yeah, how does this boss
Seems
integrate
like there's a lot for
into
travelers to
the,
uncover.
like, event, or is this not an event?
You know, if you think
Oh, no,
about
it's just
it,
an interlude
First
chapter,
Matland
okay.
had a crisis with the ley lines that
Huh,
almost ended
I didn't
in
pick that up
death.
earlier, I was being
Then,
confused.
A similar crisis happened in Liyue, and now Mondstadt is in
Yep,
danger.
everywhere's had its own
I
crises.
can't help but wonder if this is all some kind of terrible omen.
Maybe.
Yeah, but look on the bright side. It's another chance for answers. Maybe we'll uncover new clues about forces we've encountered before.
Oh.
Or what we can expect on the road ahead.
Or maybe we'll even get one step closer to the truth of Tavat.
If only.
Yeah, and then travelers can give us all the answers.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think we're gonna leave all that hard work to you guys.
It's exciting that we're
Alright,
getting an
okay,
interlude
well,
chapter in
let's lighten things up
Mondstadt,
and
though.
dive into the remaining version 5.6 events.
Woo.
Yes.
Huh.
First up on the docket is an event that
Ooh.
brings us back to Fontaine, where travelers can test out their tactical brilliance in the new wargame Operation Damport Simulation.
Dude, nice.
Oh, I know.
Okay,
This
sort
war
of
game
tower
comes with all
defensy,
new
but we're
offensive
on
and
the side of
defensive
the
gameplay.
attackers.
The key to success is really understanding your game pieces.
Oh,
Interesting.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Well, for example,
Seems neat.
is it a melee or ranged attack piece? Can it quickly break through obstacles or maybe even bypass them entirely? Once you feel like you know what you're doing, you can test out your skills in co-op. The actual gameplay is pretty
Okay.
simple. What this event really tests is strategy.
So we have
For
both
example,
sides.
When adjusting your defensive lineup, you can even set traps for your opponent.
I see a button called Defensive Simulation. Looks like we can use it to test out our strategies?
Makes sense.
That's right. And once you set the defensive and offensive lineup that works best for you, the battle is ready to begin.
Cool. Cool.
And while your opponent tries to break through your defenses, your job is to use your chosen offensive lineup to outmaneuver their strategy. The
Seems like
side
it could
that
be a
breaks
fun
the
event.
opposing formation first, or makes greater progress within the time limit.
Interesting.
wins.
Okay, so it sounds like it all comes down to strategy.
Yes.
All right, so get tactical, travelers.
Now, if that last event was mostly about brain power, this next one is all about firepower.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Another Natlan
Let's
event, I
take a look
assume.
at the gameplay. Think this is a simple battle for coins?
Oh.
Ha, well, think again.
Seems rather
Players
similar
will have the
to the
opportunity
current
to
event.
Intwell Saurians at certain
Oh,
points. Use their
okay.
abilities to your advantage, and you might be able
Something
to
in
turn the
my
tides
eye.
in your favor.
This looks so fun. You could just stay in Saurian form the whole time and blast all the other players away.
Oh, if
Interesting.
only. The Saurian form only lasts so long. But even in human form,
Nonetheless,
you have
seems
Natlan
fairly
character skills at
similar
your
to the current
disposal.
event.
So the goal is to collect as many coins as possible to secure victory.
Nice, bro.
Oh?
So, this next event is called Chronicle of Shifting Stratagems.
Okay.
I'm sure at this point in their journey, travelers have gained their fair share of companions and have tested out
Yeah.
their skills in a variety of different situations. But maybe there's a character you want to learn more about, like Escoffier, for example. Let's say you want to test out her potential in different team comps. Then, I highly recommend trying out this
All
event.
right. What does this
Chronicle
event
of Shifting
do?
Stratagems
Presumably combat
gives
event.
travelers the opportunity to study and test out different team compositions. The event is divided into different levels of difficulty, and there are also challenge buffs to take advantage of. So make sure to
All
take
right.
that
Have
into
some
account
trial
when
characters
forming
at
your
least.
teams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Travelers can also take a look at the challenge record and see how their friends approached each challenge. Could provide some food for
Okay.
thought.
Nice. Sounds like the perfect excuse to do
Just
some
setting up two teams with the
experimentation
same
and think
character?
outside the box.
Indeed.
All right, moving on to some Genius Invocation
All right.
TCG updates.
Always need that
First,
card
a new
game
card
stuff.
skin will be added to the card
Ooh.
shop, so check it out if you're interested.
Okay.
Travelers can also look forward to new character and action cards added
I really
to
gotta
regular
do more
mode.
Genius Invocation
Nice.
stuff.
More food for the card sharks.
I have not touched it in months.
There are also some major updates to automatic artistry.
Oh, so in addition to the character and action card updates, the elemental reaction effects are different.
Yeah, and during the match,
Oh, okay.
there's now a card refresh option as well as mechanisms for character enhancement and replacement. So the gameplay should be even more engaging.
Interesting.
Travelers might even be able to come up with some new strategies and surprise their opponents with unexpected moves.
That's right. And finally, the ley line overflow
All
event
right,
is
then the
returning in
just
version
conventional
5.6,
events I
so
assume
don't
are
miss
left.
out.
We won't, and let's take our last break. When we
Okay.
return, we'll talk system
Ah.
optimizations and a cool
Oh,
collab.
a collaboration?
See you on the other
Okay.
side, travelers.
Bye.
Presumably nothing too crazy. Ooh, okay, the roadmap of the event. Alright, so Escoffier begins, but then the event doesn't start. And we're getting, oh my god, we're getting the Primogem amounts. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I'm gonna want to look over this later. Alright, and I'm assuming the Interlude chapter we're just getting from the start.
Welcome back,
All right.
travelers.
Welcome
Oh,
back.
Imaginarium
Welcome.
Theater.
Let's jump
words.
right into
Imaginarium
system
Theater
optimizations. Some
optimizations.
travelers provided
Talent and
feedback.
Constellation
The brilliant blessing
optimizations.
enhancement
Treasure Compass
process
and
in the
Mappings. Okay.
Imaginarium Theater was a bit confusing, which made it difficult to level up strategically and optimize character turn order. So, in the version
Oh.
5.6 update, the dev team
A
has
little
made
bit
the
of
brilliant
a
blessing
visualized
details page
tree
a
of
lot more
things.
intuitive. which should make it easier for travelers to make strategic level-up decisions.
Okay.
Yeah, and in addition, rewards will be available for completing the star challenges in the new season of the Imaginary
stars actually
Theater
mean
that begins
something
on
now?
June 1st.
Holy
You know what
shit.
would be nice?
Oh, okay.
A restart button after the final act. As it stands right
God,
now,
that- yeah.
finishing the final act takes you directly to the credits,
Do we actually
right?
get that button now?
What if you just missed that last star
Yeah.
challenge? That would be such a bummer.
Yeah, the dev team has received that feedback as well, so
Good.
a restart button is also being added to the new update.
Thank God.
Oh,
Now that
nice.
stars actually
That
matter?
should make it easier to get full stars. All right, so this next update addresses another common problem. Travelers have probably noticed that when you go to raise a character's skills, the skill descriptions can be pretty long and dense.
Yeah, you could say that.
I mean, it's understandable. It's important for travelers to have all the details.
Yeah, I prefer
But
all the
it's also
details
easy
rather
to get
than
bogged down in the
summaries,
weeds,
but
So this is something the dev team has been working on. Starting in version 5.6,
Oh.
the descriptions on the talent and constellation pages for new characters will be optimized to be more concise, so it's easier for travelers to grasp the core information.
that's good.
Of course, travelers who prefer to dive into all the details can always expand the content for a more comprehensive description.
That is very nice.
Sorting through all that information should be a lot faster now.
Yeah.
Totally.
Our next optimization
All
is
right.
for the treasure compass.
What are they doing to the treasure compass?
Travelers provided feedback that while attempting to complete Natlan's warrior challenges, it was difficult to locate where to pick up the quests.
Yeah, fair,
So
fair.
after the version 5.6 update, the treasure compass can now track those locations.
That's nice.
Ooh.
Yeah,
The more
they can.
things it can track,
Warrior
the better.
challenges are important because that's how you get obsidian fragments, which you can use to unlock tribal secret spaces, right?
Yes.
It would be nice if the treasure compass could track those too.
It can. And once your
Ah.
exploration progress is high enough, the treasure compass will be able to pinpoint the location of tribal secret
Oh,
spaces as well.
okay.
Similarly, at a high enough exploration progress, more chests from various nations can also be located using the treasure compass.
Oh,
Nice. That should really help travelers that are stuck at 99% exploration progress.
Yeah,
Map pins
yeah.
have also been optimized. Starting in version 5.6, travelers can now delete custom pins in batches.
Ooh, that should make it
Okay.
a lot easier to start fresh if you're someone who really likes to go ham with the markers.
Definitely. Well,
I don't use them that
wraps up
much,
our
so that
system
doesn't really impact me, but it's
optimizations.
nice
So
to
now
have.
It's time for some
Options are
out-of-game
always
news.
nice.
That's right. First, we have some exciting collaboration
Oh.
news to share. Genshin Impact is partnering with the global beauty brand Charlotte Tilbury to launch 2 limited
Okay,
edition
and it's
sets.
Mona
So,
themed. Cool.
Let's watch the preview trailer for the collaboration.
Have a whole trailer and everything. The little chibi hands. $300 Primogems if you buy it, okay. Alright. Not my thing, though.
But I have even more news. In
Ooh.
addition, Genshin Impact's
More
third
OST,
Natlan OST
nice.
album, Radiance of Flame, is coming
Always
soon.
appreciate that.
Yeah. The album contains various tracks composed by the Hoyo Mix team for the Collective of Plenty and other regions. So
Nice.
stay tuned for the drop.
Awesome.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. The music's gonna be so cool.
So
You know it.
beautiful.
Wow.
Okay, let me check my scroll here.
Do we have anything else?
Yeah, that's all the information I have
Yeah,
about
okay.
version 5.6.
Yeah, me too. What about you, Jane?
I am just so excited to uncover more about the Albedo trial mystery.
That is easily
and
the
to
thing I'm
defeat
most
the new
interested
boss
in.
on the chessboard.
And I can't wait for you all to meet Escoffier. It's been so much fun working on her, and I just think you're gonna
Oh,
have
this is an
fun.
interesting
And to
track.
follow that up, Aoife is finally playable, and of course, he's gonna have Kukuku right by his side. But the mini games are always so fun and creative. Oh, just can't
Absolutely.
wait.
Well, that's it for the version 5.6 special program.
Alrighty.
A new adventure awaits. I hope it brings with it new friendships, new answers, and a whole lot of fun.
Alright,
And
yeah.
with that, all there's left to say is, see you in game, travelers. Bye. Bye.
Alright,
Bye.
See ya.
bye-bye. Was that really it, or do we get a little last thing? Not cry! April 30th. Okay, we have time for the next update. Hell yeah. Ooh, that gets me excited. I am so hyped for Nod Cry. That is really solid. There is a lot going on here, all things considered. Looks like we have a solid, like, major event, which, as I mentioned as we were going through it, is neat because though it's Fontaine-based, we have a lot of Natlan, like, influence in there, which is cool to see. Escoffier looks cool. If leaks about Skirk are correct, then she's probably going to be great for Skirk teams. Aoife is always cool. Interesting that we seem to be getting some more Remuria stuff. We didn't really talk about that at all in the special program, just saw this bit in the trailer. I wonder if that has to do with the event, somehow it gets to Remuria, or if it's part of somehow Escoffier's story quest. But then easily, the thing I'm most excited for and most interested in is the Interlude chapter, as it's bringing us back to Mondstadt. Not only is there a trial for Albedo, who is accused of murder, we are also meeting Dahlia, while also seemingly getting some potentially major Alice stuff. Through Albedo, we'll probably get some more Reindodir stuff. And then also, it seems like there's a full-on siege of Mondstadt by the Hilichurls and presumably the Abyss Order, which is sort of why. It's really exciting that we're returning back to Mondstadt, and it seems like they're doing it in a big way. And then on top of that, we fucking got Varka's voice. I'm so excited to hear him in English. That is so exciting. For me, that is almost confirmation that he is coming in Nod Cry, because between this and the Knights of Favonius being part of the, like, lineup of factions for Nod Cry, I feel like it's inevitable that he has to be one of the characters, which is just so exciting. I have been anticipating Varka for pretty much the entire game, so that's exciting to get more towards that. And then we're also just getting this interesting new boss. I'm very curious to see the context surrounding this boss, seeing as they said, Alice presides over one part of the boss, and then potentially another member of the Hexen Circle presides over the other half. I'm very curious to see who that other Hexen Circle member is. Given their color scheme, maybe it is Mona's Master, who I'm forgetting the name of. I very much could see that, because I don't think it would be Reindotir based on just, like, color scheme, but you never know. Either way, though, what's going on with Albedo is one of the biggest things. This very much could be a payoff to all of the stuff of Albedo being this potential threat to Mondstadt and him hoping that we could stop him if necessary. But either way, there's a lot here that I'm excited for. We're going in a lot of different directions this version, but all things I'm interested in, and I'm excited to get into it. In all likelihood, I'll be streaming the Interlude chapter at the very least, if not also Escoffier's story quest. But with that, I don't really have too much more to say because they cover things pretty thoroughly in the special programs. So with that, feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment on your thoughts, and I hope you all have a great day. Goodbye.